We're going to go to Simon Love now. He's elsewhere in Melbourne. Of course, with big news with the Pope dying overnight, Simon, what we have is this issue. Well, the Pope dying is a massive world issue. His funeral will be within 4 and 6 days. This is going to affect the election campaign. What have voters been telling you this morning? Have they been talking to you about the Pope's death, or are they worried about pre-poll?
Well, that's interesting, Laura, and I just want to juxtapose this. Where you are right now, in the heart of sort of Melbourne's eastern suburbs community, you're outside. You're at a pre-polling booth outside an Anglican church, one of the main Anglican churches here in Victoria, there in the heart of Melbourne. This news, and where I am here in East Melbourne at St Patrick's Cathedral, this news has really reverberated right around the nation, and particularly around the spiritual and religious community, not just the Roman Catholic community, but certainly the condolences and the messages have been coming from all different denominations. Anglican, obviously Roman Catholic, Judaism, Buddhism, all different religions. This news will have a profound effect on those that believe in faith today, faith of any kind. And when it comes to the Roman Catholic profession, this news has certainly reverberated around this city. A very proud, strong Catholic part of this city where I'm standing now in East Melbourne. We're at St Patrick's Cathedral, where overnight the Prime Minister Anthony Albanese, immediately after giving his address to the nation, he came here at night, spoke with the vicar of the cathedral, went inside, had a moment of reflection. Mr Albanese then returned here at 7 a.m. for morning mass. The cathedral here has been open for members of the public to go inside, have a quiet moment of reflection, just think about Pope Francis and his impact right around the world, and particularly in this region too, particularly in the last couple of years when he visited Indonesia and a number of other close nations to Australia. That focus on social justice, I think, is front of mind for many, not just in the Roman Catholic community today, but in the secular political community and right around the nation. And it will have an effect because, as you say, the campaigning from a political sense has now been forced to be suspended again because of this significant news that we saw campaigning suspend on Good Friday and Easter Sunday for those important religious occasions. As for the parishioners that have been here at St Patrick's Cathedral this morning, well, my colleague Julia Bradley spoke with them as the Prime Minister was here, and here was some of that sentiment.
Probably a little bit overwhelmed, probably also feeling privileged that I'm able to be part of something that's part of the Catholic world. I'm praying for decision making in Rome, that the right Pope will be voted in. I'm praying for a grieving community.
A bit shocked, a bit sad for the world, for the Catholic community. I feel very sad that the Pope has gone, and anxious about what's going to happen next, who's going to be taking over.
When you think about how this news will reverberate around specifically the Roman Catholic religious community, Pope Francis, a Jesuit Pope of the Jesuit order, an order that is so well revered and known for social justice, at the heart of Jesuit society here in Melbourne at Xavier College. It's a primary education institution in the heart of the city, just in Kew. There is a mass that has been taking place in the shadows of the statue of St Francis Xavier, and staff there at the college preparing for the next term of school will no doubt be reflecting on the messages of Pope Francis, and certainly I think the message of social justice is possibly one that will be so profound in knowing the memory of His Holiness after this news that was confirmed by the Vatican overnight. Now, as for here at St Patrick's, well, the Archbishop of Melbourne, Peter A. Comensoli, he has been with family over the Easter weekend. We expect to hear from him later today at 2 p.m. He's been travelling back here to the Archdiocese. There's obviously other archdioceses around Victoria as well. Sale obviously having its own branch, and right around Australia as well. I mean, we've heard on Sky News from Anthony Fisher, the Most Reverend from Sydney, from Brisbane. I mean, I was listening to the Archbishop Christopher Prowse in Canberra, speaking to people on Melbourne radio. I think this story will transcend not just those that are of faith, Laura, but it's certainly something that will transcend right across the society as a whole, given how well revered the Pope and Pope Francis is, particularly for his social justice. The other note I want to make too, in terms of a Melbourne connection, at St Peter's and Paul Cathedral, church in South Melbourne, so that's the seat of McNamara for our viewers that know the federal election seats. This morning there's a service there. The celebrant there, Cardinal Mykola, and forgive me if I pronounce this wrong, Mykola Bichok. I did check with Vasil Mironchenko how to pronounce that properly. The Cardinal is actually on his way to Rome. So he was on his way before this news was confirmed publicly by the Vatican. So he's on his way. So he's not with his parishioners this morning in South Melbourne. There is a service taking place at St Peter's and Paul. I was told that was due at 10 o'clock local time. So we'll bring you more from that throughout the day. The reaction here at St Patrick's, the flags, even to my right-hand side, here at the Cathedral and at buildings around the state and the nation are at half-mast, and that is, protocol for such an important occasion.